So guys, where were you when this woman unfortunately took her, for now, last bow in a wrestling ring? Were you there when Io Sky raised her hand? Were you there when she pressed her forehead in appreciation of Io and held her before she left? Did you see her wave? Many people were cheering, we won Kyrie. Many people were wondering what John Cena was going to say that night. What was his big surprise at Backlash? But no one expected this to happen. In all honesty, I don't know who did. Obviously, we had that one cryptic post, as Asuka always does cryptic posts, about her talking about this is the end or something like that, Frank Sinatra song. But we were all in curiosity last weekend and wondering what was going to happen. And we found out this past Monday what was the story. So without further ado, welcome to the Tea Drop. This is our story update on Asuka's goodbye. Is it a final goodbye or is it a toodle-doo till next time? Without further ado, let's get into it. 12 years ago, a woman walked into NXT and she stopped losing. She didn't lose for over, I think, 900 days or so. She built a division into a new image in NXT, became champion. She had a streak that only got broken once she left, meaning she never lost in NXT. She had to drop the title because no one could take it away from her. And then she moved on to the main roster where she eventually got her first loss. No one can break the streak besides her, if effectively when it came to NXT. Rewind forward to a Saturday night in Tampa. After her match, what seemed to be is that she stopped wrestling. She quietly, sadly, in tears, said goodbye without a single graphic on the broadcast to tell you what we were watching or what was happening. Now, this match itself was beautiful. Student against teacher, Empress against the woman she handpicked years ago in Japan, apparently. Io over the top, clean 3 count. But the match isn't the story. The story is what happened after the bell. Asuka didn't get up, Io lifted her up, they stood at the center of the ring, forehead to forehead, and the hard cameras, the ones that frame every Mania moment, every title change, every rock cameo, whatever, hard cameras looked away from it. You had to find the goodbye on a fan cam when it came to her saying goodbye. But you had these last images to tell her story otherwise. But anyway, some people were recording this video as I was sharing before. This video. She waved to the crowd, saying her goodbyes. This is something we never saw unless you had a fan. Shout out to Alan Owens for getting this clip for us. She waved to the crowd and said her goodbyes. Now, why would the company do that? Would they give a silent goodbye for Asuka when they've given such great goodbyes to other wrestlers? Asuka was a big female wrestler in the WWE. She's done many things. She had an amazing run in WWE. But why wouldn't she get similar situation like everyone else? So let's talk about it further. Now, 2 days later, Dirt Sheets, dropped the word, even before Raw happened. They wrote that she was semi-retired and the internet ran with it like they always do. And some of them went crazy with a press release saying that she is semi-retired, saying Asuka was done, Asuka was gone, Asuka was out, yada, 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 yada. And I talked about this and I pretty much said last week when I talked about it for everyone to let it rest. We will find out when it's time to find out, and then we can talk about it. So let it sit, enjoy that moment, and we will find out what happens on Monday, or maybe Friday Night SmackDown. Luckily for us, we found out on Monday. Now, before we even get to Monday, that same source also gave you that semi-retired said in the very next sentence that he didn't know what it meant. So obviously Wrestling Observer said that. For her specifically, they didn't know. Does that mean she goes forever? Does she get a Lesnar part-time schedule? Does she go 2 matches a year like a certain dead man we know? Does she get a coach role? Does she go to Japan and return there? Nobody knew, including the man that put this word out that drove the internet crazy. Now, semi-retired is a corporate fog that WWE is using, in my opinion. It's the in-between word the business uses when the talent doesn't owe you an answer just yet. It doesn't trigger contract obligation. It doesn't kill merch sales. It keeps every door open and tells you nothing because we don't know what the future is. So that's the best thing to do. Now that's the story here. The fog is the story. The fog is the strategy, and the fog is hiding the receipt that breaks down the whole retiring math wide open. Summer of 2024, just so you know, when it comes to Asuka, that is the time 2 years ago, Asuka sat down with WWE and signed a new long-term deal. Long-term, the standard at that window, we don't know. Might be the typical 5 years that I've heard about online. Now do the math. If she signed in summer 2024 and she has a typical 5-year contract extension, we are talking about her leaving around 2029. She is on paper under contract for 3 more years, at least at minimum, unless they decide to release her, or who knows. Now, as far as we know, she is not released. She's not being bought out by another company. She's not a woman that's even walking away from the company. She is just a woman who's taking time. She's never taken time unless the one time she got injured. She's never taken a break. The division's in good hands if the freaking writing team does a good job with it. They don't need her at this moment, so she can take time. The employer is privately telling reporters the belief is she hasn't wrestled her last match yet, with clues, subtle clues, without telling anyone. Now, as I laid the rest of these information flat, let's bring up the fact about Asuka. She is 44 years old. She is working back from a knee injury she had a few years ago. She is, of course, a mom. She has a Japanese passport, which means a return as Kana even one night is a franchise-level story waiting in the chamber. She probably has to also renew her visa. Who knows? Add it up. What you get isn't retired. What you get maybe is a part-timer at this point. Maybe she's going to be part-time. She's going to focus on more important things in her life at this moment. And that's it. She is focusing on her family. Family first. Now, here's where some of the stuff that I think annoys me about the dirt sheets. These people who share, they're saying that people who share a ring with her told the story themselves. Io posted that the moment the match ended, her heart was filled with all sorts of emotions. Bailey reposted with love and said the same. Charlotte commented, Big E publicly stated in the post-show and asked if Asuka was finished with the company. When the locker room is posting goodbye energy tributes the night of the match, the locker room knows something, I guess. Sometimes they are the primary source, not me, not even dirt sheets, not even a podcast. The people who hugged her, the people who did posts about her, could be the ones that telling you the story without telling you. Now, to add one more thing to this, which is something that I think the community keeps circling about. 3 weeks before Backlash at the Hall of Fame and the red carpet, Asuka sat down with Kairi, 2 friends sitting on one of WWE's biggest weekend for the Hall of Fame. They share one more moment before leaving. Ironically, we all read it as one simple hanging out. We didn't know that would be the last time we see them at a big event, which is unfortunate. But it might be just temporary, so everyone don't cry yet. Not just yet. Here's the part that I'm going to probably get people pissed off about, because I guess that's what I do best, piss people off. WWE's most undefeated woman said goodbye at Backlash for now. No Mania main event, no farewell tour, no coronation. She still hasn't been Queen of the Ring. She broke character because nobody probably booked her to do it. She decided to do it, just like Brock. Make that make sense. Is this something new going forward when it comes to WWE? For wrestlers to just leave, break character, and do their thing. But maybe it's something else for her. Maybe she will get the part-time Brock schedule. Maybe eventually she comes back, has a few matches, and maybe she does the AJ type or Cena type farewell tour. Maybe she'll do a weird-ass match like Taker's Boneyard match to retire. We won't know. We will just have to see and find out. Now, she is a private person who probably would have turned down a tour anyway. She will probably just stick to a classic way for a wrestler to say goodbye. And it makes sense with the way she is as a wrestler. But the company still owe it to her to do what she wants to do as a retirement. We won't know yet. But anyway, hopefully when she comes back, they give her a better booking. Her booking's been a little off. It's been okay. It wasn't until they did this senpai story that it was cool. I do have a cool theory that I want to talk about in a future video about Asuka and her evolution as a character in the WWE itself. I have theories, and it's a theory story, so that's why I want to do it separate from a live stream. So just be in mind for that future video. But she has done so much in her career that I feel she earned this. So hopefully when she does come back, she gets what she needs. I don't think she is done. She is not at least done for now. She is done for now. She's still under contract until maybe 2029. She is just taking personal time, guys. The next time you see her, and you will see her, it'll be on her own terms. Maybe she'll be a surprise Rumble entry. Maybe she'll come back at Mania. Maybe she'll come back if WWE does a show in Japan, or maybe a tour in Japan. She just pop up like that. You never know. Or maybe she does never show up. And any of those are an honorable answer for a 44-year-old former champion working back from her injury and just wanting to have time with her family. So anyway, I don't think she wrestled her last match. I believe if she is going to leave, she's going to have one more last goodbye. But if she has, then this was the most quietly powerful goodbye the women's division has ever delivered. Nothing fancy, no tour, no hashtags, no graphics, just a bow, a hug, a wave, and as always, because of it, nobody was ready for Asuka. We still aren't. But anyway, 3 questions as always, and let me know in the comments. 1, do you think it's a real retirement? Maybe a Lesnar-style pivot, or maybe something set up differently entirely, maybe a specific tour. 2, did WWE owe her a Mania farewell? Yes or no? Let me know in the comments. 3, one comeback match anywhere on the calendar. Who you think will be her opponent for that last match? Let me know in the comments. And as always, if the tea hit right, hit the like button and subscribe. And I will see you on the next one.